What is going on, guys? It's Kavir coming at you with another new video, and today we will be doing an ARK video on the new-ish map of Valguero. And I say new-ish because it's not the most new map anymore. It's been out for like almost a month now, I think. But today we're going to be showing off all cave locations in the Valguero map. Our first spot is actually going to be the water caves. I know they're not technically like a cave because you can't really... It's not like a normal cave that you build in, but it is the water cave. So I believe it is... Actually, I'm going to have to go into slow-mo 5 again. Because we're going to go... Get these flippers off. I'm going so slow. I think it's 45, 34-ish, and then you go into the water. And it should be right down here. And I'm getting eaten alive by sharks. But yep, right here is the entrance to the water cave. Let me put flippers on, and I'll just swim down. Alright, so right here is the entrance to the giant water cave where you can find Tusos, Megalodons, jellyfish, eels, and all the other big water dinos. But this is the giant cave right here. We're going to head back out of the entrance, but the entrance to this cave is at... There's, I think, 2, maybe 3 entrances. There's a drop right here, a red drop. But yeah, well, that's not the way I came in. I have no idea where I came in at. But yeah, the entrance to the cave is around 45-34. You just swim down on the surface, and then you get to your spot. Sorry for this annoying mess of eels and sharks, but yeah, 45-34 is the entrance to the cave. Alright, next cave spot. Alright guys, the next spot is actually the second entrance. There's only 2 entrances to the cave, the underwater cave, which is called the Abyss. It's at 6473. You can see Green Knob. It's kind of in this general area around here. But you go down into the water, and right around here, there's this little side entrance down here. You just go straight down it, and then you'll find yourself into the big underwater cave again. I think this one has a bit of a little like of a tunnel before you get into it. Then you have to go further down. But this is kind of the second entrance to get into the Abyss. But now we're actually going to get on to the real caves that you can build in. Alright, so the first cave that we're going to be showing off that you can actually build in is the cave that's actually right next to Green Knob. See, there's Green Knob, and right there's the cave entrance. This cave only has 1 entrance, and it also has access to water. So this is the only entrance. You come in here. And you just come in here, there's this huge area. These rocks are all mineable, harvestable. What is that? Oh my god, that's terrifying. Okay, but this is actually all harvestable, so you have all this space and you have access to fresh water in here and everything. And it's just 1 entrance, so it's a good choke point. But that's pretty much all this spot is. It's just this little flat area here. And other than that, it's nothing real big. But it's also a very nice cave, and it's right next to Green Knob, which is a great place to transfer servers and stuff. So, I mean, it's a perfect cave. Alright, on to the next spot. Alright, so this next spot we have isn't really much of a cave, more of a tunnel, but it's kind of a cave and can be used still as a cave, and it has great storage for dinos. But the top entrance to this tunnel cave thing is 53.7, 87.7. It's located kind of near Green Knob, but kind of over here in near World Border, but in this little kind of alcove. I wish I could show you the map, but I can't. But it's right next to the swamp. The swamp's right there. But if you come down here, you come in, and it's just this huge, long tunnel. You got tons of space, tons of harvestable stone roads, but you just keep following it down, and eventually you'll come to the exit, which is all the way down at the swamp at 51.6, 86.2. But, I mean, it's not really your typical cave, but it can be used to store dinos. Jeez. So, I mean, it's kind of, give or take what you're looking for. This snake is fast. Give or take what you're looking for, it's an option, I'd say, for a cave. But, on to the next spot. Okay, so I know I promised to show caves that you could build in, but I thought this is kind of worth it. But this is called the Lost Temple. It's at 46.7, 87.2, and it's this giant wall. It looks just like a giant wall, but there's a button right here. Now, you can click this button, and the entire door will open. You can run inside, and this button is a giant cave with stalactites and all this stuff, but most importantly, it holds 2 artifacts. Now, I'm not going to go in there because it's infested and just gonna be terribly annoying. But it holds 2 artifacts. If you guys want to see an artifact video, leave it in the description down below actually, and subscribe to the channel to see if that actually does pop up. But it holds 2 artifacts and holds a bunch of insect creatures and stuff, but it's a massive cave that's just a huge tunnel system and stuff. But that's pretty much where it is. You just click the button on the left over here, and you go in there, and make sure you bring flak and guns and grapples and parachutes and everything you need to run a cave. And I'm sure it probably has some drops. I'm not sure. I haven't really scouted it, but I'm sure you can probably find something of use inside there other than the artifacts. But alright, on to the next cave. Alright guys, so the next cave that we have is actually probably one of the better caves in all of Valguero, whatever you want to say, but it's at 40.2 and 89.8 is the bottom entrance. It has 2 entrances, but it's a pretty crazy entrance, or cave, might I say. But right here's the castle up top, and right there is Green Ob, so you can kind of get your bearings, but you come down here, and this is the bottom entrance. It's a water entrance, so you have a little water. But you have this bottom water area, and then you have this ramp that comes up. And then you have all of this space. Now, I know it has water, but, I mean, that shouldn't really be an issue. It's more of a benefit, in my opinion. But you have this whole space, and you actually also have some rich metal nodes right up here. And you have tons and tons of stone nodes and some other just normal metal nodes. See, but this place is just filled up with metal and stone and everything you could ask for, fiber, whatever. But it has 2 entrances, and that second entrance is up here. Now, both entrances are rather small. You can't really fit a golem in either entrance, but, I mean, it is 2 entrances you have to cover. But the second entrance is up top at 38.9, 89.3. It's up here, and it's got this little ruin area right here, but again, you can't fit a golem through these ruins or anything, so you're not probably going to get golem soaked as long as they can't soak your turrets from outside the cave. But that's pretty much it for this cave. I mean, it's an amazing cave. It's got water, it's got metal, it's got stone and fiber. I mean, it's a great cave and only 2 entrances. Alright, but anyways, let's go on to the next cave. Alright guys, so the next cave that we have is also, or actually at the bottom of the castle, because right up here you can see the castle, and the top entrance to this cave, it's more of a tunnel but kind of cave thing, is actually attached to the bottom of the castle, but it's at 37.0, 90.9. It's this little entrance right here, and you come in here, and you got your stone nodes, your fiber, whatever, and then you just have this little tunnel area, and then you just come back here, and then you got this little tiny cave area here, which will probably be pretty cool. You know, have your little vaults back there or whatever, and then you have your giant staircase, spiral staircase all the way up into the castle, which where you could also have a base too, your top base, and you can store tons of dinos in here. It's got tons of little side rooms, great for personal rooms. I mean, this would be a pretty cool Megatri base if you do it right, but I mean, it's not the best. But then you also on top have your huge flat space with then a giant top room. But that's pretty much the cave. It's just kind of a tunnel attached to the castle, so it's not like a legit cave, but it's more of a tunnel. But it's got cool aspects like the little hidden room in the back. But alright, as that being said, let's move on to the next cave. Alright guys, and now for I think probably the second best cave in all of Valguero. What are you trying to do, Carno? The waterfall cave over here by this cool looking tree, at 34.5, 88.8, you have this cave. It's inside the waterfall actually, and it only has 1 entrance, and on top of that it's full of metal and crystal. But you come up here, you go up to this tree, and then you take the 3rd from the right or the 2nd from the left. Wait, no. 3rd from the left, 2nd from the right, and you come in here and you've got your cave. Now it's foggy in here, I get that, but it's got metal nodes, metal nodes, metal nodes, metal nodes all over the place, and crystal nodes everywhere. But it's just chock full of metal nodes and crystal, and it's got a cool space. You got the little bottom area for dinos down here. You can put your base back here. It's just a huge cave with 1 entrance in a waterfall, so it's harder to soak. You're gonna need to cryo a dino up here, whatever you need to do, but it's just a crazy spot. And I think it's probably the 2nd best cave just because it's kind of floating, and it's 1 entrance with tons of resources inside that you can just harvest if you're just starting out. So it's a perfect cave for just starting out, and then even after that, storing dinos and using maybe as a breeder cave, because it's a pretty big area. But that being said, on to the next cave. Alright, so since I figured that I showed off the water cave entrances or the underworld, the abyss entrances, I might as well show off the Aberration area. I think it's called the Emerald Forest area on Valguero. but it's at 32.1, 92.6 is the first entrance. It's this little like sinkhole in the water, but you just come down here, and then you come this way, and you go all the way down here, and you're into the underworld, the whatever you want to call it, the Emerald Forest. That's what they call it, so that's what we're gonna call it. But you just come all the way down here. We're gonna get some lag spikes and turn the cave. Why not, right? But all the way down, and then you're into the Emerald Forest, and you got your cool stuff, your Aberration type stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much the cave. Not much to say here because you can't build in it or anything. But that's just the entrance, the first entrance to the Emerald Forest. Alright, so the second entrance to the Aberration area, or the Emerald Forest, the underground, whatever you want to call it, is at about 38.8, 57.6, right on the water's edge, the main lake areas. Right there's green up, so you can kind of just judge where you're at. But it's right here, it's this big entrance right on the water's edge, and you just come in here, and you're pretty much just straight into it. And then you just keep going down, and then you take a right down there, and pretty much you're into the whole cave. But that's pretty much just the other Emerald Forest entrance. I think there's only 2 on the whole map, so I've shown you both. Other than that, there's not much to say about this cave, so let's get on to the ones you can actually build in. Alright, so the next cave that we have is actually more, it's not like a great base cave, but it's more of a cave that you can get a ton of resources. There's a ton of metal, as you can see, and there's also some obsidian nodes. They're rather harder to find on the map if you don't know where they are, but there's a few here. But it's at 31.0 and pretty much 30, can I make it happen? No, maybe 94. It's at 31.94 pretty much, okay? But it's right here. It's kind of near the castle, kind of, you can see pretty near the Aberration cave entrance, just up here, and it's just got tons of metal nodes and tons of obsidian. It's just a nice place to go farm at, and if you wanted to be a douchebag, you can block it off and put your base in here, but I don't recommend it because people are going to come here to farm all the time anyway. So, but that's just the entrance to this little cave. I think it's called the Mining Cave on Valguero, Arkipedia, or whatever. But yeah, that's at the entrance, 31.0, 94.0. Alright, so since this is an all caves in Valguero map or video, I will show off this cave. It's not one you can build in, but it is the cave for the artifact of the Crag, C-R-A-G. It's at 31.1, 51.4 is the entrance, and there's green ob, pretty much in the middle, there's blue ob, there's red ob, pretty much in the middle of them all, right in this little spot. You just come in here and you go all the way down into it, and pretty much there's metal nodes, there's everything, and then you got this huge lava spot, and then pretty much you just find the artifact. I'm not going to show it off because I do want to do a video for the artifacts, so I'll show that in a later video, but right there you can see there's a yellow drop. Oh, my bad. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a cool little spot, but it's also where you find the artifact. So let's get on to the next cave. Okay, so the next spot, again, I know I keep saying we're going to find caves that we can build in, but the next spot is actually the lair. It is at 74.6, 42.7. Now you can't build at this cave, but this is where the 2 brood mothers live. I killed both of them because they were annoying me and very loud. But you can kill both of them. You get the flags, and I got these ramshackle saddles, and they give you whatever, I don't really know. You get a guardian thing for killing them. But anyways, you go into the cave. I'm not gonna go in there because it's so just ugh. It's like a swamp cave. It's got tons of insects and everything. But right there's the entrance in front of you. It's apparently got 3 artifacts in it. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I didn't look much into it. But it is a ginormous cave with cave drops and everything. So if you are looking for something like that, that is where you're going to want to go. But make sure you bring scuba or a gas mask, because there is gas damage. And also like some type of dino or something to fend off all the creatures, because there are a ton of spiders, snakes, and bugs. But on to the next cave. Alright guys, so the next cave on our list is another artifact cave, so you can't build in it, but it is in the tundra, and I did say it's a full cave video. So the cave is actually at 15.7, 27.6, it's right here, there's blue ob, right around this area, there's a little bit of water there, but you come down in here, and you go in here, and you see crystal and whatever, and then you just go into the cave. So you can't build in it, but I figured I'd show off all the artifact caves as well. But here's the artifact cave. I'm not going to show the artifact cave because I said in another video. Alright guys, I'll see you at the next cave. Alright, so I did say earlier in the video that this was the second best cave in ARK or Valguero. Now this is probably the best cave in Valguero. Now, honestly, it might even be the best cave in ARK. This thing is insane. Honestly, insane. Is the craziest cave I think I've ever seen. But it's at 48.6, 20.2. Now, you can't even see the cave entrance right now. But, wait, yes you can. I'm just dumb. Okay, but it's right there. You see there's this little crack in the rocks, and you're just like, huh, maybe that's a cave. You come around the corner, and oh my god. Look how small that entrance is. Super small entrance, right? You can't fit any soakers through there. But then you come in here, and wow. It's a huge cave, and that is the only entrance to the cave. This little tiny small gap. So you put your turrets over here, back far enough so they can't run it, and then they have to throw cryos in it. But you make sure they can't do that. So, I mean, this is a perfect cave entrance. You can fit tons of dinos in here. It's full of oil. You'll never have to worry about oil again. It's got this weird oil animation, so it's kind of weird, but it's kind of cool at the same time. But it's just a cool place. And you got even your own oil vein right here where you can put an oil pump on it. So I mean, it's just crazy. This space has so much potential and so much room. And then there's even another oil vein right here. So you don't even need to mine any of these nodes. So I mean, it's just a crazy spot. I think the best place in all of Valguero to build. It's just such a small entrance and so much room to build. So guys, that is the #1 cave spot in Valguero. See you guys at the next cave. Alright, so the last cave we have on our list of caves in Valguero is actually this big cave. Now, this cave is different from all the others. It's got tons of entrances. I mean, it's got 3 entrances right here, but it comes into 1 entrance. It's at 34.7 and 10.1. It's kind of near Red Ob and Blue Ob, just right here in this little area around here, right against the world border, which is right there. But you come down here, and you have your entrances to the cave. Now, there's 3 entrances behind each waterfall, and like I said, it comes down to 1 entrance. Now, this cave is very different from the other caves, because you can see right here, it's got this huge, just straight on down, just pit. Now, this pit actually goes into the abyss, which is the underwater cave, which I forgot there was a 3rd entrance, but here it is. This is the 3rd entrance. Now, so that makes it a little different, since there's now 2 entrances to the cave, okay? So it's a little different than what is usually. Now, I think this is also an entrance. Yeah, there's 2 entrances to the underwater cave. So it's a bit different from, well, this is weird. It's a bit different from every other cave because it has 2 abyss entrances and then 1 main cave entrance. So if it didn't have the abyss cave entrances, it would be perfect. But it does. So with that being said, you can build in this back area without and still protect your area, but it's just pretty much a huge cave with tons of metal and crystal and stone. But honestly, it's not very good for building because of the 2 abyss cave entrances. And then you even come up here and you got a 3rd or essentially a 3rd entrance to the cave. Now this is a little bit different because it's from the top, but again, that is just this cave I wouldn't build a giant base in. Alright, now thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. If you guys do want to see some type of video on Valguero or any other ARK map, just leave it in the comments below. I'm always going to make your videos if you ask them to. No, I shouldn't say that, but you know what I'm saying. But if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.